Every year in the United States, 1.2 million teens drop out of high school. All of these students hold their own reasons, but failing too many classes, not seeing relevancy in their learning, and boredom make up the top three at 73.8% of dropouts.
I think that in our current curriculum, or the way that we teach students, is that they struggle to find out why. Why are they even here? Why do they need to learn what's being taught? I think that the key difference where we need to go for students is for them to understand the importance of learning and what it is they're learning and why they're learning it. Right now, they just don't have that connection.
We believe we're facing a crisis in this country. We believe that we are falling behind within the global markets. And the key piece of that is being able to have the talent that drives our companies forward, the creative, empowered talent that we need in order to be competitive in a global market, global economy. And if we do not reimagine how we prepare our talent, our students, for this new economy, we will fail not only ourselves, but we've failed our country.
Yeah, so one of the challenges for companies today is to find a new type of worker, a new type of employee. As we move into a more technology-driven world, we need to find a way to get students into the real world using the kinds of methods and techniques that people in jobs in the real world use before they graduate. We need them to be ready to go into the workforce, not ready to be trained to go into the workforce. We need people to come out of school ready to work. And if they're going to come out of school and be ready to work, they have to have some experience actually working.
Not only has Congress showed interest in innovating our schools, but they've also shown concern over the future generations of workers.
But we think the nation ought to be concerned as we think about our future workforce needs. At a time when the nation needs more and more college-educated workers, there's going to be fewer of them available because we are not graduating enough from high school.
The dynamism associated with innovation is what we want to get to.
For the last year and a half, I've been working with Innovate Oregon and my high school principal to come up with a solution to keep students engaged in the classroom. As industry and education combine, we came up with the Agile learning model.
An Agile learning model is modeled from industry, which allows the learning to be flexible for students.
The idea being that you take a problem that's complex, break it down into its components, put together a team that very quickly takes pieces of that and solves them in a sense of urgency, a sense of purpose, with a real sense of accountability.
We use the term Agile learning model in this context because what we're trying to do is to bring this culture of innovation into our schools and our school programs so that we get students learning to think quickly and work up through problems quickly, just like they would do in the real world. We have to find ways to get students into programs in the school, out of the school, that actually work on solving problems, making things, doing things, as opposed to just learning and taking tests, right? So there's two things that have to happen if you're gonna really adopt the Agile learning model and create an innovation culture. You have to have problems that interest students that are real problems to work on and solve. Not necessarily problems, but challenges, whatever they may be. And that means something besides what you do with the textbook and taking the test. And then you gotta apply this mindset of try it. If it works, great, perfect it. If it didn't work, fix it and perfect it.
The goal of Innovate Oregon is to start to get educators and educational institutions to start having these conversations and really asking why are we here and what is our purpose and how can we be different? How can we change to better meet the needs of the future? We need to completely rethink education from the ground up, and I feel like this is the way our world is working. This is what industry is telling us.
We wanted to bring some high technology types of methods and techniques and processes into the educational environment.
In order for us to reach this goal, we need partnership. We don't expect our government leaders to be able to provide the solution, but we expect our government leaders to be partners, full partners, in helping us solve this.
Congress. All that we're asking for is for you to take our ideas into consideration. We'd like you to address the future of our companies and our students. We want you to look at our ideas and help us implement the Agile learning model in schools around the country, because every student deserves an education that will prepare them for their future. Sincerely yours, the future of the United States of America.